So today is my son's fiance's wedding shower or bridal shower. And since we're not invited to that, I said, hey, we should probably invite all the guys over and do some smash burgers, a barbecue or something. So that's what we're gonna do. And I'm gonna whip up some of my famous AJ's Rootin Tootin 3-bean baked beans. And I'm gonna show you how I do this. Let's go have some fun. And keep in mind, the quantities that I'm going to show you are for a group of 8. I've got, 5. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tyler, CJ, Carson, me, Cody, Braden, Jared, Corver, Grandpa. 9 people. So the quantities that I'm going to be cooking for are for a group of 9. Not because I eat like this all the time. I promise. Okay, so I'm gonna show y'all how to make my famous AJ's Rootin Tootin 3-bean baked beans. So you're gonna start with crushed tomatoes, 2 cans, and I just use what I get at my local grocer, 28 ounce, so 2 28-ounce cans of crushed tomatoes. Scrape that out. And two cans of crushed tomatoes. Okay. You're gonna want some tomato paste. This is 1 12-ounce can. I'm gonna add about half of that can. Oh, well, why not? I'll just add the whole thing. That way I don't need to try to save half a can of tomato paste. And this is just used as a thickening agent to give your beans a little bit of substance so that they're not quite so runny. Okay, so a 12-ounce can of tomato paste, but you only really need about half of that. Now you're gonna add your beans. This is 6 15.5-ounce cans of beans, and I use pinto, black, and kidney. And that goes in the Dutch oven. Oh yeah. Okay, there's the beans. Now you can use any favorite barbecue sauce that you like. I'm just going to use some Sweet Baby Ray's hickory and brown sugar. And this is an 18-ounce bottle. And the whole bottle is going to go in the beans. Okay. Let's give this a little bit of a stir. Oh yeah. Oh man, that smells good already. But this isn't where the secret comes in. Rather, I should say, this is where the secret comes in to really set these beans off. Okay, now for the spices. The first thing that I'm going to add is a half a cup of my Smokehouse rub, and pretty much this is paprika, sugar, salt, garlic powder, a little bit of cumin, granulated maple syrup, black pepper, onion powder, all sorts of really delicious things. It's about a half a cup. That's gonna go in the baked beans, okay? I'm also going to add a half a cup of liquid smoke. I just use Wright's liquid smoke hickory. So, well, it's not quite a half cup. It's probably about like 4 tablespoons. So I'm gonna just add 4 tablespoons of liquid smoke. We're gonna use a half a cup of stone ground mustard. And that's gonna go in here. Okay, stone ground mustard. Here we've got 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne and 2 teaspoons of cumin. That's gonna go in. 2 tablespoons of celery, actually, I'm trying to remember, no. 4 teaspoons of celery seed. See, I usually cook just by taste, but for the sake of this video, I kind of had to portion things out so that I could somewhat give you a recipe. So I'm gonna start with these amounts and then may add some other things just to taste, but to my best guess with the way that I make them, these amounts that I'm giving you are the quantities that will get you pretty much there. So 4 teaspoons of celery seed, a tablespoon of coarse ground black pepper, that's gonna go in. A tablespoon of rosemary, dried rosemary, that's gonna go in. A tablespoon of dried oregano, that's gonna go in. Okay, let's give all those spices a stir and the mustard. Mix that really good. And I'm just using my 12-inch deep cast iron Dutch oven. That's what I'm gonna cook these baked beans in. Okay. Oh my gosh. That smells absolutely amazing. And I'm telling you, it's the spices that really kick it off, but there's one more secret ingredient that you usually don't find in baked beans, but I put them in my baked beans. Everybody raves about it. And it is the following: fresh chopped cilantro. Okay, so this is just one bunch. I just go to my local grocer, buy the fresh cilantro, chop it up, and this probably equates to about 1.5 cups of chopped cilantro. Okay, let's give that a stir. I'll tell you, you haven't had baked beans until you have made and tried AJ's Rootin Tootin 3-bean baked beans. Okay, fresh cilantro, and one last ingredient. It is 1.5 pounds of beef kielbasa cut into 1/2-inch slices. That's gonna go in the baked beans. What I use is just the Hillshire Farm beef kielbasa. You can use any type of smoked sausage though, but this is what I like. I've used smoked sausage too and it tastes great. Okay. Stir that in, and as that kielbasa cooks, some of that fat from the fatty sausaginess of the sausage will render out into the baked beans, and oh my goodness. Usually with the amount of sugar in the barbecue sauce and the Smokehouse rub, which is my own recipe, I should probably post a recipe for that too if you want to try to make that up and add that to your baked beans. But sometimes it can, if you're not careful, you can over sweeten your baked beans, and so that's why I use crushed tomatoes and the mustard. Because of the acidity, it balances out the sugar in the barbecue sauce and in the Smokehouse rub, because that's got a lot of sugar in it. Okay, let's give this a quick taste. Okay, let's see how that tastes. Okay, that's perfect. Smoky, barbecue-y, not too sweet. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the charcoal started and put these on to start cooking. And you really can't overcook baked beans. I mean, I don't know, I probably will let them go for an hour or so and kind of check them, just make sure they're nice and bubbly and hot and that the sausage is nice and warm and delicious. Okay, and where would you be making AJ's famous Rootin Tootin 3-bean baked beans without a survival spatula? Yes, my friends, I think the year has come for 2026 where I will need to craft a brand new survival spatula with pot hook and pot lifter. And yes, you can even put a roll of toilet paper on that when you're out in the field. and use it as a toilet paper holder if you really want. Probably scratch your back with it, scratch your butt with it, all sorts of fun things. Okay, now on to cook. And that, my friends, is how you light a charcoal chimney when you don't want to do it in a fire. I just use my grill. Okay, while those charcoals are heating up, I'm gonna give this another taste. And what's really cool about baked beans is you can pretty much doctor them up any way that you want. Like for right now, I think that could use a little bit more of a bite. So let's add some more cayenne. Okay, ground cayenne. Let's do about another 1/4 of a teaspoon. I don't want them too spicy. I like spicy, but not everybody does. And where these are going to be eaten by a big group, I just want to make sure it's not out of balance with the heat. Okay, let's go ahead and stir that in. And that cayenne will take off a little bit more once everything heats up and gets warm. So you want to be really careful with the heat. It might not taste too spicy from the get-go, but once it heats up and everything starts mixing well, yeah, it might have a tendency to grow. Okay. Sometimes if I've got green peppers, I might chop up a green pepper. Oh, freak! I know what I forgot. I need to chop up an onion and put it in here. I was like, yeah, okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. So one finely chopped yellow onion. Oh, that would have been a catastrophe. Okay. And I chop the onion when I'm doing baked beans, well, pretty much in everything. I don't like huge chunks of vegetables. That adds texture. Specifically in baked beans, you already got texture. You've got the beans, you've got the sausage. Yeah, I'm just not a chunky onion or veggie guy. So even when I add like green pepper in there or other things, I just always chop it really fine. Not minced, just finely chopped. Because as that cooks down, you'll get a little bit of texture, but it's not like you're going to be chomping on big chunks of vegetables like you would in like a stew. Okay, there we go. And I brought something else out just for kicks. We're gonna add some minced garlic. There's already a little bit of garlic powder in the Smokehouse rub that I added, but not much, so that's probably a tablespoon. Okay. Oh, bumped the camera. Let's steady that up. Sorry about that. Okay. You can also use fresh minced garlic, but I really like the pre-minced garlic that comes in the jars. It's just really easy to just spoon out what you need. Okay, we'll give that a stir, and then let me give it one more little taste. Okay, that looks nice and mixed. Okay, grab my spoon again, get some of that sauce. Oh yeah, I would have felt terrible had I forgot that onion. And yeah, that extra little kick of cayenne, that extra 1/4 teaspoon. The thing with cayenne, I don't find it overly hot, but man, you get that little buzz on the back of your throat. And I love that. Okay. Let me go take a look at the charcoals, and I think we're ready to get these on cooking. Oh yeah, they're ready. Let's go ahead and get those dumped. Okay, I've dumped them. Let's go ahead and get some of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 y 12. Perfect. Let's take a look under there. Oh yeah, that'll work. Well, catch him later. It's a little small one. So 12 on the bottom, 16 on the top, and I only ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, and the one over there 5. Yeah, that wasn't too bad for an estimation. Now we'll go ahead and let those go for about 45 minutes or so, and then I'll check them and we'll take a gander. You know what? Since I have everybody coming over and I got both my Dutch ovens out, maybe I will whip up a peach cobbler really quick and get a dessert going. Okay, here's all you need for a cobbler. You've got your peaches and just some spices, cinnamon, a little bit of nutmeg, and those are just canned peaches. And then I went down in the pantry and I had a yellow cake mix and a white cake mix, so I just mixed them together because that's what I had. And in the cake mix, it's just, you know, your cake mix, and you mix it to the recommendations. Add the number of eggs and oil and water and whatnot. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and pour the peaches and all of their juice and the cinnamon and everything in the bottom of that Dutch oven, just like so. Oh, I don't want to use that spoon. Let me grab my survival spatula. Oh, but it still has crap all over it from the baked beans. Well, let me make quick work of that. Yeah, that's better. That'll work. La di da di da da da. You may be thinking to yourself, that is so unsanitary. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Dude, I grew up in a time when you were drinking water out of secondary water garden hoses and sprinkler systems and crap, back in the days when you could actually have fun and not worry so much about everybody feeling so offended that everything had to be so stinking sanitary. So yeah, I guess I could have gone into the house and wiped and washed it. Licking it clean's just fine for me. Okay, now we're gonna take this cake mix, and this is just gonna go, oh, wait. I'm American. So in addition to all my sugar and carbohydrates, I have to add fat, more fat, because that's what we do. So let's go ahead and add some little pads of butter, real unsalted butter. Float those on top of the peaches. Because my heck, if you're going to poison yourself with something so unhealthy, you might as well taste good. And butter and fat makes everything taste delicious. Okay. Mix that around. Float those little pieces of butter in. Oh, it's melting on my thumb. Watch me cut my finger off. That's probably enough. Well, what the heck? Let's just use the whole thing. Oh, believe me, if you're worried about calories, eating peach cobbler should not even be on the list at all. So if you're squealing and just appalled at how much butter I'm adding into this, I'm not even going to apologize. Okay, there we go. That'll work. Okay, now we'll pour this on the top. Oh yeah. Check out all that delicious batter. Okay. It's gonna be so good, so moist, kind of gooey. And then of course we're gonna top it off with some cream, more fat. Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna get some more charcoals on to cook, and we'll get this cobbler going. Okay, 4, 5, 6, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's try that for a minute. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good different one. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Spread those out. Okay. Something like that. Put the cobbler on. Look under there. Just make sure those look okay. Yep. Okay. A few of these on the top. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. So when I do a cobbler, I always take the diameter of the Dutch oven, which is 12, subtract 2 for the charcoal number on the bottom, and add 2 for the top. So 14 on the top and 10 on the bottom. Yeah, something like that. Spread them out evenly. Bingo! Okay, these beans have been going for about 40-ish minutes. Oh man, look at that. I'll let them go for about another, maybe, man, can't think straight because it smells so good. Maybe about another 30 minutes. I want these simmering. And they are simmering up on the sides, but the center still is not all the way heated through. Okay. Yum, yum. Okay, the 45-minute timer just went off on that cobbler. Let's take a look at this. Oh, man. Look at that. Bubbling up through the center. That is looking good. I'm gonna let that go for 5 more minutes. Okay, the cobbler is off the coals. Let's take a look at this. Oh man, that looks good. These are AJ's 3-bean Rootin Tootin Baked Beans. Oh man, Rootin Tootin, huh? Yep, how's everybody doing today? Rootin Tootin, ready to blow your pants off baked beans. And just to let you know, I lick this clean. I don't wash it, so hopefully you guys aren't too ashamed with me double dipping. What do you think, Dad?
I'm
Speechless.
This is so good.
Dig in, Brado. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much gas do you think those beans are going to give you?
Definitely.
How about you, Dad? If you eat those beans, are you going to have to yell, back blast area clear?
Tell you, they put my shotgun to shame.
Oh, yeah. Give these bad boys a taste. Oh, that kielbasa is really good. Check out that smash burger. Oh, cheese, pickle, Thousand Island dressing. Juicy, delicious. Well, I'm gonna finish my meal and then go enjoy the company that we're hosting. So until the next video, this is AJ with Blackhawk Bushcraft. Take care. Last thing I gotta do is clean up this survival spatula. The end of it's all chipping out and getting really nasty. This video was brought to you by Rob Evans Bush Tools. Just kidding. We'll just give this a little clean this up. Yeah, I think it's just about time to make a new one. This thing has seen better days. There we go. Much better.